Thanks a lot for coming today. I think we have been mandated by the government to talk about artificial intelligence. There are a lot of questions, and questions will remain unanswered. It's also better that the questions remain unanswered in a lot of ways. And all these debates have to finally lead to some amount of understanding of AI. What is it? What is AI? Something new, or is it old, or it's something that's going to create a real impact, or it's an impact a hype, right? So many questions come in, and frankly, I should start with the disclaimer: none of us across the world has answers to many of these questions, right? Today as I took over as the chair of the Artificial Intelligence Task Force, I've been approached by many organizations saying that we have this data, we have that data. But when we say, right, it's more like an astrological prediction, right? It's very speculative. I always remembered, so when we say, okay, I have this data, now how did you collect this data? What was the basis by which you are coming out this? I say some 5,000 crores I'll get 3 trillion dollars I'll get. How do you get this data? How did you get this data? Is there a scientific basis for this? Right? Every time when we go a little deep, the second level of questioning you start, right? That's what I also tried with CMC, okay? Right? Completely it's closed. There's absolutely no answer. For example, one company approached me and said, no, we have done a lot of things. I said, okay, no, go to Shivakashi. Right? Shivakashi is a very big automation that happened 20 years before, when China came out and said, I can make matchsticks, I can make firecrackers, completely automated. We can have printing press which will work at half of your cost. Today you go to Shivakashi, I suggest when Thai can organize a trip there, for people who have not seen, the best automation today in printing press exists there. Now I asked this organization, go to Shivakashi, do a survey and tell what this automation really costed the people. The moment I landed in Shivakashi, from the railway station to I saw 3 Volkswagen Jetta, right? The Volkswagen Beetle, right? A very small car costing 30 lakhs. I don't know why people buy it, but it's a very nice thing. So that's the flourishing there. So it's not that they are poor, right? I can't see the same thing even in Chennai. So what really happened? That's all. After that, that guy never even bothered to call me, right? So this is the state of affair today. We need to be very cautious about job creation or numbers relating to wealth creation or job creation because of AI, because we frankly believe that the models by which we could arrive at these figures need to evolve leaps and bounds. We are not clear about these models. So there is a lot of uncertainty about what will happen because of AI, but at the same time, we have to go with artificial intelligence. If we are not going, we may lose the competitive edge. There can be a market fueled by artificial intelligence. It can give us better products, which can give us better cost initiatives, better cost, better pricing, that we may lose. And in the fear of, say, automation, I may lose job, I may not create wealth. We may lose that complete edge, and we may lose all the jobs, right? So there is a very big cross edge where we don't know what is in store, but we have to start investing and go forward. And this is the scenario where we have to, we are facing. And this is where we try to address and see what could happen. So more or less, all these things would be debates. There could be new ideas that could come. So I have planned this presentation for around 45 to 50 minutes, while I've given 90 minutes for this. And I would love to answer questions, start some conversations, have some debates, arguments, right, for the next 40 minutes. So this is how I've planned. The reason why is that I strongly believe that any presentation in artificial intelligence should be a debate rather than a monologue. Okay, so is it okay with you? Fine. Okay, so let me just start off with this title: How natural is artificial intelligence? Okay, so so the debate today is not about wealth creation, it's not about jobs. If we start a debate there, we will be just going around two blind men trying to describe an elephant. We will not do that. But let us now start looking at some very important question. Is AI a boon or a bane? AI can solve our day-to-day problems, right? If it solves our day-to-day problem perfectly well, it is indeed a boon. But if it creates machines that replace humans, affecting the latter's livelihood, it becomes a bane. This is precisely the two cross-edge, two orthogonal feelings that rises in every human being today when we bring in AI. So the question now comes, can machine actually replace humans? If machine cannot replace humans, right, then what is the role of the machine and what will be the role of the human, right? I think these three are basic fundamental points that we need to start debating rather than saying I will make $3 trillion if we adopt AI, right? I think if we start looking at these problems, I think we will now go much far ahead in understanding AI and its positive and negative impact on human society. You agree or disagree with me? I'm a prof, I love asking questions.
Artificial intelligence always comes up with this privacy related issues also, and it also has this kind of opacity. It's not very transparent, and because of that, it just throws results at you, and that could be actually a problem apart from the human angle or people angle that you say.
Exactly. Very nice. So, when I say that it solves my human problem, day-to-day problem, and I have a system that solves a problem for me, what Mr. Murali is hinting is very, very important. What it means to solve the problem. Is it going to collect all my data? Is it going to collect all my parameters, where I live, what is my body temperature, everything to solve that problem? Will it affect my privacy? This is a very big question that needs to be answered. More than a personalized service, it is going to give me a service which involves the data of other people to come and give me a service. Then what is the privacy issues involved there? So that's a huge, long, big debate for which there are many acts that are going to be formed, and then whether those acts are sufficient or not is one question. AI basically works on data, yes. Now what is the sanctity of the data, what is the integrity of the data, who owns the data, whether it can be shared, when does the data is legal, when is the data illegal, all these questions come up. So this is one very important point. The second point that you are raising is that these systems basically are not auditable in some sense. We really don't know what it is doing. So if we go into a deep learning engine, I don't know how it came to a conclusion. So whether it will be a prediction, it will be a speculation, we don't know, right? And how do we believe on this result, right? So these are all some questions that come up. Yes. So that is purely from a technical perspective. So there is a social angle to this, there is a technical angle to this. Social angle is very, very important because today I say Digital India, I make credit cards, but you don't use it as an end user. The whole program fails. Correct? So the main thing is that there should be a social acceptance. And when I look at from a layman's point of view, where he doesn't understand what is privacy, what is this, you give your your visiting card. 75% of all that is there in your Aadhaar card is there in your visiting card. Do you agree or disagree? Except for your iris or your fingerprint. Everything else, your name is there, your email address is there, your website is there, right? Your mobile number is there, right? So, and you go to a Facebook and there is a happy birthday, your birthday comes there. Just I have to become your friend and I get a happy birthday. So, what is privacy there? So a lot of questions come up, right? But from a social angle, I still believe that these three are very important questions that rises in a human brain when we talk about AI. Okay, so let me just proceed with this point. So there is a person A, he is asking a question to B. I can do anything and everything in this world. Okay. What will be the most intelligent reply that person B can give to A?
Build a wall that you cannot jump.
Build a wall that you cannot jump. Very good. So that's a better, so very, very close to that. Can you create a stone that you cannot lift? Very close to what you are saying, right? So ideally, when you look at this, is a paradox, right? If he says yes, then he cannot lift the stone. If he says no, then he cannot create the stone, right? So, so can actually man make a machine that is better than him? Comes very close to this paradox, right? Now, if he can make a machine, then what it is, what it could be. Let us go back to some history and see this. See, in 1990, there are three, man versus machine chronicles, where we said that machine actually can win over man. And these three are very great examples, and two of them from IBM and one from Google. Okay, so in 1997, the IBM Deep Blue actually won Kasparov, right? And there's a beautiful book Kasparov has written on this particular thing. In 2011, actually again IBM Watson went through this. This is something related to this. Jeopardy is something like this Kaun Banega Crorepati type of thing. They ask questions and basically you have to answer within a time duration. And actually you see the middle, which is the IBM Watson machine, made $77,000, while the world champions made $21,000 and $24,000, right? What they did was they dumped so much books into that in readable format across disciplines into the IBM Watson, and they quickly searched and got out an answer. And again, this Google AlphaGo, it's actually a board game, and again Lee was one of the world famous guy, and 2016 the Google actually won it, right? So can man actually be replaced by machines? These three are some examples, but what are we missing here? The IBM Deep Blue, which actually won over Kasparov, was actually a 32 node server which had a power 2 plus 8 dedicated chips currently to handle chess, and it took close to approximately 15,000 watts of power, okay, to beat Kasparov. The IBM Watson, which actually won the Jeopardy, had a 90 power 750 express servers. If you're in IBM, you'll appreciate the power of this. And it took around 200,000 watts of power. It's almost a substation we need to construct for this. And here this has 1920 CPUs and 280 graphic processing units, which are highly parallel units, and it took around 300,000 watts of power. And this all competed with a brain, human brain, which takes